What's up, guys? Tyler Kirkwood here. Today is day 194 of my semen retention. Things are going pretty good. I wanted to do a video today and talk a little bit about loneliness because I feel like loneliness is like the number one reason why people fail when they're trying to do semen retention. So basically, when you're doing semen retention, what I've found is like once you get past the urges to look at porn and to masturbate, the number one problem that you deal with is loneliness. And the way I've found to cope with loneliness is just by like reading on forums and try to increase my motivation to keep going. But I feel like most people out there fail. They fail on this because they get lonely and then they have that escapism to go look at porn. And the problem with that is like after you're done or whatever, you're going to be significantly more depressed than you were to begin with because being lonely is kind of depressing. So I feel like if you can avoid looking at porn, then you'll avoid masturbating, then you'll avoid the depression, because it's like this big cycle, and then you just basically just increase your loneliness more and more as you succumb to the urges of porn and masturbation. So basically, I wanted to give my advice out there to people that are dealing with loneliness before you go to the porn, which is gonna eventually lead to masturbation. Just go on forums and read as much as you can on forums, or watch videos that people have done that are in the same boat as you, and it'll definitely make your success a lot more likely to happen. Because man, I can't even explain. Like that's probably the number one thing that I'm dealing with now. I don't deal with depression anymore. A lot of the depression has been alleviated through the 194 days. Mostly what I deal with now is like a small amount of anxiety and kind of a large amount of loneliness. And I just feel like you get lonely because, like, obviously when you're doing semen retention, you don't have a significant other, so you don't have a significant other to spend time with or to talk to. There's basically just not a lot of people to talk to about your problems or whatever. So that's personally why I get lonely, and that's really the only bad thing that's happened with this semen retention is the fact that I get a little bit lonely now and then. But I've been able to cope because I go on forums and I read about what other people are going through and how far other people have gone, or I get on YouTube and I watch other people's videos. Like there's a big community out there, so that I mean, there's this huge resource that you can use before you even go to porn. I mean, there's really no excuse to go to porn when you have all these resources and there's such a large community. There's so many other people doing this and discussing their tremendous benefits. As far as like benefits I've noticed lately, I feel overall a little bit more calm, and I have a lot of optimism that I'll be able to do good and like grow my channel, or find some good job or do something out in the world that's good. A lot of people call these like superpowers or whatever. I just feel like a little bit more motivated. Obviously, I've been making a video every single day. I just feel a little bit more motivated to do good in life and to accomplish things. And I would attest that that's due to the semen retention. So I don't think if I wasn't doing the semen retention, I don't think I'd be as motivated to make videos, and I don't think I'd be as motivated to try to do good and try to make money and do stuff like that. I don't think I'd share my experiences with people. So I feel like I have developed a little bit more confidence as far as talking on camera and talking about my problems and sharing my story with people. So there's definitely some benefits that I've noticed. That's pretty much it. I wish I had more to talk about as far as the superpowers go, but I just haven't really noticed anything. A lot of people wonder like have I got any new opportunities, and really there hasn't been a lot of new opportunities lately. So really the number one thing is just is just being better as far as having a significant amount of less depression. So that's pretty much it for this video. Again, I'm on day 194. I'm trying to get to day 365. That's my short-term goal, but really this is like a life-changing thing where you don't really want to ever do it again. I mean, like me personally, I don't ever want to watch porn again. I don't ever want to masturbate again. So this is like a life-changing thing. Really, I probably will continue this my entire life, but I just wanted to make myself a short-term goal to get to 365 days, and I got 194. I'm getting close to that 200-day milestone, so I'm kind of excited about that. But yeah, I just wanted to talk a little bit about loneliness because it's something I still struggle with now, and I think you're going to struggle with it pretty much the whole time that you do semen retention. So it's just something to have. It's good if you have a plan ahead of time to when you get to where you get lonely, that you'll have something to do to occupy your time, so you don't succumb to the urges of looking at porn or masturbating or fantasizing. Fantasizing is a big one. There's people out there that ask me like, how do you get by with no wet dreams? And basically when I lay in bed, I never let my mind creep back into the past when I had all the exploits or whatnot. So that's a big advice I'd like to give people out there is the number one thing you can do is just not fantasize. It's a really easy thing to do. Once you catch yourself starting to fantasize just a little bit, you just get up and do something and it goes away immediately. But if you just lay there and encourage it, it's gonna build up the possibilities of wet dreams, and it's also gonna give you urges, and then you're gonna be dealing with all these urges, which is stressful. So you have all this unneeded stress on top of the stress that you're already going through. So those are just my advices, and anyway, thanks for checking out my channel. I appreciate it. Subscribe if you can.